This is a video so many of you have been asking for quite a long time now, and I finally got around to filming it. So today we are going to be doing the Advent Awards for 2025. Now, if you've not seen these kind of videos before, every single year I have my own Advent Awards, and I basically just talk about all the different advent calendars which I've unboxed that year. And we have several different categories. We have a few calendars per category, and then I pick a winner for each category. It's just a little fun way to kind of round up Advent season, albeit it is slightly late this time. But I do like to kind of keep track of the good, the bad and the ugly of the advent calendars. Now, it is currently a Sunday as I'm filming this, so it seems like every child in our town is playing outside our house. There's also lawnmowers and people washing the cars, so it's quite noisy outside today. So if you hear any noise, that's what's going on. So even though it's 2026, when I refer to this year in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 2025 calendars, as in this year's calendars. And when I talk about last year, I'm comparing them to 2024. Obviously the 2026 calendars haven't started coming out yet, but I mean, we're in April, so I imagine it's not going to be long till they start launching, because it seems to get earlier every single year. So last year, 2024, I unboxed 45 advent calendars, and this year, 2025, I unboxed 37. So I didn't quite unbox as many this year. I think some of them just didn't catch my eye as much as the previous year. There was just a general theme that they just kind of weren't as exciting as earlier years. I do always like to try some new calendars as well each year, just calendars that I've not tried before. So last year I definitely picked up some new ones. This year I picked up some new ones again. And where calendars just weren't worth me picking them up, I just haven't picked them up. So that's why it's a little bit less this year. As we're going through this as well, I'm not going to really talk about calendars which I didn't unbox. It's mainly going to be the ones that I have unboxed. Obviously there are so many more calendars out there, but when I'm doing this little ranking, it's just what I can give my opinion on, really. So if I haven't bought the calendar, I can't really tell you much about it other than like the price and the number of products. And of course, everybody has different opinions on which advent calendars they prefer, which is the best in their eyes. So what I'm sharing today is my opinion, my views on the advent calendars. I know quite a lot of you like to hear my views on it, so obviously I'm sharing that with you. But if I love an advent calendar, you might hate it. And if I hate an advent calendar, you might love it. It doesn't mean that it's bad or it's good. It just means that we all have different things that we look for when we're looking for advent calendars, and we all like different products. Different products work differently with different people, so it's just personal preference. But this is my personal preference, the advent calendars that I like and didn't like, and my opinions. So that's my little caveat disclaimer out of the way. Today we have 14 different categories to talk through, and the 14th one is picking an overall winner. So if you're excited to see which calendars I choose, which one has taken the top spot for 2025, then please keep watching. Also, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well if you like this kind of content, and hit subscribe because Advent season is going to be here before we know it. And if you don't want to miss out on calendars, make sure you're subscribed. Okay, so we're going to start off with best value. So this is category number 1. So the best value calendar. So what I do for this category is I basically have a list of all the advent calendars I have, the value of the products inside, so the total value of the calendar, and also then the price, and I do a price to value comparison. Now, of course, the best value advent calendar is an advent calendar that you're actually going to get use out of. It doesn't really matter the value of the product, how much they're worth. If you're not going to use any of those products, it's not worth anything to you, is it? But just based purely on the stats, on the price versus the value of the products inside. Last year, Avant took the top spot in this category because you were only paying 12% of the value. So that one was £99 with a value of £807. This year, the top 4, we have Elle. So this one was £130 worth £705. So for that one, you're paying 18% of the value. We've then got Look Fantastic. That one was £105 worth £655. So you're only paying 16% of the value. Glossy Box was £90 worth £624, so you're only paying 14% of the value. But taking the top spot for 2025, again, is Avant. So this one was the same price as last year, so it was £99 with a value of £935. So you were only paying 10.5% of the value. So that's the best value. Obviously, Avant is one of those brands where people either love it or hate it, and whether they think the products are worth what the price at is a completely different story. But just going off the numbers here, that takes the top spot. But if you do want to discount the Avant one, then a Glossy Box will take the top spot because you're only paying 14% of the value of the products. So I thought that was pretty good. And funnily enough, with all of these top 4 as well, they could have all been cheaper. So the prices that I've just given you were the retail prices, but Avant had a 10% off discount. I think it's if you're on the mailing list. Glossy Box had a discount for subscribers, so did Look Fantastic, and then Elle had an early bird discount as well. So that means that you would have been paying even less for each of these calendars, which is amazing. Category number 2, following on, is the worst value. So last year we had Charlotte Tilbury taking the top spot with the worst value. That one was priced at £170 with a value of £243, which meant you were paying 70% of the value. So it was only a 30% discount. That's not great, is it? I mean, if you're going to buy them all individually, not bad, but in terms of like a gift set, you want more than a 30% saving. So this year, I've got the top 4 worst value ones here. There are 2 in this category which I have included, which I didn't unbox, and that's just because, again, it's just the stats, and I have unboxed them in previous years. So here we've got Glow Recipe. That one was £84 with a value of £153, so you're paying 54.9%. Then we have Charlotte Tilbury, which was £175 worth 309. So there was a boost in the cost this year, but also a boost in the value. So you were paying 56%, well 56.6%. So that's much better than the previous year. Much more of a discount, but still not great. Then we have Kiko Milano. This was beautiful this year. This one was £149 or £242.76p. So you're paying 61.3%. So again, only like a 39% discount. But taking the top spot this year is Rituals. This one was £103 with a value of £163.60. So you're paying 62.9%. So not a great saving, just like a normal gift set. You want something a bit more wow when it's an advent calendar. Now you'll notice that those are all same brand calendars. Now if you watched my advent awards last year, you'll know that the single branded advent calendars are much worse value than the multi-branded calendars. The multi-branded ones had such a better saving. So if you're looking for a saving, then a multi-brand calendar is definitely the way to go. The worst value in the multi-brands last year was the Harrods Hair and Body one. You were paying 31%, so it's still a 70% discount, but you're paying 31%. So obviously when you're comparing that to the single branded ones, you know, Rituals, you're paying 62% of the value. It's just much better, isn't it? So this year, 2025, the multi-branded calendars, we had Yes Style, which was £129.50 worth 500 plus, so you're paying 25.9%. Beauty Bay was 120 worth 450, so you were paying 26.6%. Anthropology was £98 worth £365, so you're paying 26.8%. Fragrance Shop was £150 worth £400, which meant you're paying 30%. And then the worst value of the multi-branded calendars was actually Style Varna. So this one was £155 worth 346, so you're paying 44.8%. So I mean, it's still over a 50% saving, and that was a lot of full-size products in the Style Varna one. But yeah, I didn't expect it from a K-beauty calendar. The next category is the most full sizes. Now last year there seemed to be a lot of the Korean beauty ones, Korean skincare calendars, which had so many full sizes in. They were incredible value. We had Yes Style, which was 24 products, 24 full sizes, all of them full sizes, which was amazing. The Korean skincare calendar had 26 out of 27 full sizes. Style Korean had 29 full sizes out of 29 products. And then we also had LH Cosmetics, which was 29 full sizes out of 29 products. And then the top spot last year was Vogue, which was 32 full sizes out of 32 products. Now this year it's a little bit different. So we had John Lewis and Beauty Bay had 23 full sizes. They were pretty good. John Lewis had 36 products altogether and Beauty Bay had 27. So definitely more full sizes compared to the amount of products in Beauty Bay. Selfridges and Sephora both had 24 full sizes. Then we had Style Varna, which had 25 full sizes out of 25 products. So 10 out of 10 across the board there. But then the top spot this year is Style Korean, which had 28 full sizes out of 35 products. So not all full sizes this year, whereas last year it was, but a lot more products this year. The next category is most improved. So last year we had PLT as a contender because it was just so dreadful the year before. But the top spot last year I chose Charlotte Tilbury purely because we had a new design and there was one more full size and the products were more cohesive. We could use them all together. So in this category this year we have ASOS because it was all in one piece. There were no spills. Everything was all together and we had all the products there. Nothing was damaged. So I thought that definitely deserved a mention this year. We also have YSL. So this one I thought was so much better this year. We had an actual chest design. So the previous 3 years I picked it up, it's been that really narrow like drawer design, but you just can't really reuse it. It's so narrow, like you have to balance it on something, and then the drawers are just, there's not really much to it. So I mean, you could use it for jewellery, but other than that, just tiny little products. So you can't really make the most of it. But this year they had a chest design, so it was much better. It is still different compartments, but the drawers inside them are much bigger, so it's more reusable. I thought it looked better as well. And we had some full-size products in it as well. We had an eyeshadow palette, a YSL eyeshadow palette, so yeah, that definitely deserved a mention. Also some full-size lip products which weren't red lipsticks, so that gets a tick from me. Also in this category we have Elle, purely because it came back. Elle was one of my faves for such a long time, and then it just disappeared last year. 2024, it just didn't exist but this year it came back, so super happy about that one. And then again in this category this year we also have Charlotte Tilbury, because we have another new design. It's a chest this year, which is even better than the previous year. You still can't put much in it, but it is much better than the previous year, so that also deserves a mention. So for me, I think the winner of the most improved category goes to YSL, just because it was such a drastic change in the design and also the product lineup. I'm super happy with the lip products that we got and also the eyeshadow palette, so that is my winner in that category. The next category is the most exciting. So last year we had Yes Style winning this one because it was a brand new experience for me. I'd not picked up any K-beauty calendars before last year, so it was just very exciting. This year in this category we have Space NK, just because we have so much skincare in there. It's just such a dreamy calendar and so many exciting products. I love that. We also have Flower Nose. This calendar, wow, it was just incredible. Like, the design is beautiful, the attention to detail is stunning. It's just such a nice calendar to unbox. And of course, it's like an actual display unit afterwards. It's not just like a cardboard chest that you can recycle. It's actually almost like a piece of furniture. It's crazy. Also in this category, I've put Glamour. This was because it's a new calendar for me. Oh, it's here behind me actually. This is the first year that Glamour did an advent calendar, and I just love how it was just a mix of not just skincare and beauty stuff, but also like accessories and just other bits you don't see in other calendars. And they kicked it off with a full-size palette as well, so yeah, I thought that one deserved a mention. And then the final one in this category is Yopoda. This was a brand new one for me as well. New K-beauty one. But the design was beautiful, really nice. We had not just skincare products in there, but we also learned about South Korea at the same time. It was just really nice. But the winner of this category is going to be Flower Nose, because that one is just, it was just so exciting. Really cute calendar. The next category is the most boring. Follows on nicely. Last year we had 3 in this category. We had Sentier, it was just boring packaging. Charlotte Tilbury, because there were a lot of the same products, and Avant because it was the same design. Avant, whilst the actual design of the calendar this year was basically the same as last year, just quite plain, just 12 drawers. The outside of the packaging, they had the virtual experience, so that was something a bit different this year, so I don't feel like that deserves to make it into the most boring category. So this year, you might be surprised by this, in the most boring we have Vogue. Didn't think that would be in here. It was just less wow this year. I just thought the lineup of products compared to previous years, and also the design, like, it's a beautiful design, don't get me wrong. I love that it was like a wardrobe and we had all the shelves with, you know, all the accessories and everything inside. But what I loved about the Vogue calendar is obviously the high-end premium products. I don't want to see, you know, drugstore products in there. I want something high-end, something more luxury. But also the design. I love the Vogue magazine covers on each of the doors on previous years. I just thought that was so nice. You're learning a little bit of history about Vogue, and it's just the attention to detail. So yeah, we didn't get that this year. It was just the design of the calendar. Just not as exciting products in my opinion. I will still pick it up for 2026, but you know. The next one in this category is Pixie. Now this was the first year I had the Pixie calendar as well. This one is in the most boring because it was only 12 days and it was just a calendar that opened up in 2, like a book, and then you just ripped open the 12 doors. Now I receive Pixie PR, I'm on their PR list, so I get Pixie PR quite a lot, and I've seen the quality of the PR packages that they send out and they're always incredible. Like the designs of them, we have like travel kits, I've had tins of like products and stuff before. I don't have any to hand right now, but the attention to detail that goes into the PR kits I feel like was a lot more than the detail in the advent calendar. Like I just thought they could have done more with it and made it more wow. Just based on seeing what we do receive in PR, I feel like the advent calendar, they could have stepped up a little bit more, do you know what I mean? And then the final one in this category is accessorized. So this was the first year that I picked this one up as well. It was just the jewellery advent calendar. It wasn't the most expensive, but it was quite samey. There was just a lot of the same products inside. We had so many necklaces, so many bracelets and so many sets of earrings. But the earrings always match the necklaces, which of course is nice because it matches. But when you were opening it, if you got like a heart on the necklace, you knew that you were going to get some heart earrings soon. So it just wasn't super exciting. But my winner for this category, for the most boring, I'm going to have to go with Pixie. I just feel like they could do a lot more with that calendar. So hopefully they'll step up this year and give us something more wow. The next category is Best Newcomer. So last year, the winner was Yes Style. Now when I say newcomer, I don't just mean like a brand new calendar that hasn't been out before. I'm going from my experience, and if it's a new calendar that I've not received before, I've not picked up before, then it's a new one for me. So that can win the Best Newcomer. So that's why last year it was Yes Style, because I'd never had this calendar before, and yeah, it was just really nice. This year we had a few new calendars. So we had Flower Nose. the beautiful design. We had Pixie, Accessorize, Glamour, this one, brand new one anyway. The Beauty Crop, I picked up the Beauty Crop minis this year as well. So whilst I've had the Beauty Crop big one before, I thought I'll try the minis. Revolve, managed to get that one this year. And also Yopoda, so that was a new K-Beauty one. Now the winner for this category, I'm going to go with Yopoda, just because it wasn't just another Korean skincare calendar, it wasn't just another new calendar just full of a full skincare routine, it was a whole experience. You know, the detail on the packaging, the little snippets about Korea as well, I just thought it was beautiful, very well thought through, and yeah, really nice. I'll definitely be unboxing that one this year as well, hopefully the new one. The next category is the most disappointing. Now usually Pretty Little Thing, I mean, you can guarantee it's probably Pretty Little Thing in this one. Last year though, ASOS took the crown in this category because of the leak and then the bad customer service. I just didn't expect that from ASOS. But this year they made up for it. Nothing wrong with it this year. So in this year's category we have Vogue. So just because it was less exciting with the products and the design. Like Vogue has always been one of my favourites, so I was excited to get it and it just wasn't as wow. The next one is MAC, because we had some used products. Do you remember, was it day 23? The eye patches, they'd been used. It was disgusting. I did actually get in touch with MAC. I sent them pictures of the used products and they responded and basically said that they couldn't send me any new ones out because they were just for the calendar, which is understandable. So I could choose a full-size lipstick or a mascara and they send that out to me. So I just picked a lipstick, which I suppose was better than the eye patches anyway. But yeah, I just didn't expect that from MAC. I would have thought, you know, I just wouldn't have thought there would be used products in there, to be fair. And then the final one in this category is PLT, of course. Couldn't be most disappointing without PLT. Yeah, I feel like every year with this one, it's just overhyped and there's just so many meh products inside. Like this year, I think we had the tan, we had some dark tan before we had the tanning mitt, and we also had like tan remover before the tan. It just wasn't very well thought through, and some of the products are just not great. It is getting better compared to previous years, but I feel like it's still not great. It's not super exciting, especially for what you pay for it. But the winner in this category, I'm probably going to go for Vogue. Yeah, I just feel like they did let us down this year. Don't get me wrong, it's still a really good calendar, like the products were great, but just comparing it to previous years just wasn't as good. The next category is the best design. Now I found this tricky this year because I feel like they weren't as amazing as previous years. Last year we had Benefit as the winner. That was the little pink basket, which I reuse. I've currently got all my empties stashed in there for my empties video, which I'm going to film after this. This year in the category we have Flower Nose, because that is the beautiful like wardrobe design with the shelves, which you can use for display. It's literally a little display cabinet. It looks so nice. YSL, just because we had a chest this year, much better than previous years. MAC. I always include MAC in this because I feel like the design from the MAC calendar is always really good and it's always very unique. This year it was kind of that rose gold design and it was almost like a kind of little vanity set. We had Glamour. I'm including this one because I'm actually repurposing this one. I'm going to swap out my Look Fantastic beauty chest and use this instead because it's just much bigger and I think it just looks nicer. Yes Style, we had the two books. I just thought the design was so cute, so stunning. And then of course Sephora and Selfridges, because those ones are always amazing. They're basically the same design as the previous year. Sephora changed colour, went from like a silver to more like rose gold, but in terms of the actual packaging, it's great for reusing. I always reuse these. I have them with other beauty products in underneath my dressing table. And yeah, they're just really nice chests. Now the winner for this one, I'm probably going to go for Yes Style. I just think that design was so nice. It was the Starlight Diaries, wasn't it, with the two little characters. And we had the mirror inside each one so you can reuse it. It was just really cute, really, really nice. The next category is the most reusable. So each year more and more calendars are becoming more reusable. A lot of them are opting for like chest designs now because they are great for reusing to store beauty products in. Some of them, like last year we had the basket from Benefit. Of course, I can reuse that. I'm not sure how many people would use a pink like little shopping basket, but for me it was perfect. And we've also had in the past like vanity kits. So from LH Cosmetics in 2024 we had that beautiful grey vanity bag, which was gorgeous. So this year in this category we have Sephora and Selfridges. Like I just mentioned, those chests are definitely reusable because I reuse them. Great for storage, really good size as well to keep all your products in. Flower Nose, because it is literally a piece of furniture. It's not just a recyclable chest. We have YSL because it is a chest this year, so it is reusable. The compartments are quite small though, so when you take the drawers out, that is quite restrictive, but definitely reusable. Good for probably jewellery, I'd say, or small products. And then Revolve, we had the little like briefcase that closed as well. So some different designs this year. The winner for this category, I'm going to go with Flower Nose. I think that's just the most reusable. And yeah, I'm definitely reusing that one. The next category is the most Christmassy. Now this was tricky this year because less and less calendars are like Christmassy. We used to have so many Christmassy designs, but they're just getting less and less each year. Last year, the winner in this category was the Next Premium one because it was like the Christmas scene. So it was like the rooftops and then Santa was flying over it, which I thought was really cute. We also had like Rituals, Mac was the present stack. Now this year in this category we have Flower Nose. So whilst the actual outside packaging isn't Christmassy in the slightest, the inside had like the wintry kind of design. Not super Christmassy, but I mean, we haven't really got a lot to choose from this year. The next one in this category is Style Korean. Again, quite a basic advent calendar, but the design on the front was very Christmassy and we had like snowmen and stuff like that inside. Kiko, a nice red and white and silver design with snow and skiing. The flannels cracker, purely because it's a Christmas cracker. And finally, Vogue. Not super Christmassy, nothing like a big red bow like the previous year, but we still had like the garlands and kind of Christmassy features on the front of the shop. But for this one, I think the winner is going to be Style Korean because I think that's maybe the only calendar we saw a Santa on this year. But I do hope more brands make their packaging a little bit more Christmassy this year. I know when it's more Christmassy packaging, it's less desirable to use for the rest of the year because if it's super Christmassy, you don't really want it on display in May. But I just feel like it's Christmas, isn't it? You want something Christmassy. It adds to the excitement of it all, I think. The next category is the cheapest advent calendar. So I do try and open quite a range of prices of advent calendars, ranging from the cheapest one last year was £30, and the most expensive last year I think was Vogue, which was £350. In previous years I have opened the Dior calendar, which was insanely expensive. And a lot of them now, which I prefer, are around the £250 mark. So quite expensive, but if you're not looking for something in that price range, then there are some more affordable calendars out there. So they're trying to cater for everybody, which is nice. Last year, the cheapest one was Sainsbury's, and that one was £30 with a Nectar card. This year, we had M&S at £60, but you had to spend £35 on anything else in the shop. It's like home, beauty, and clothing, I think it was. So I did spend the £35 and then also picked up the advent calendar for £60, but after a few weeks they did actually do away with the minimum spend, so I think they weren't selling as quickly as they thought they would, or as previous years, so you could actually just pick it up. And I think they also had some offers on as well, which made it even cheaper, but yeah, I spent £60 on it and that was the price. Then we have Technic at £40. Again, with this one it was different prices on different websites, but on Technic's website it was £40. And then also sharing the top spot there is Sainsbury's at £40. So that was a jump of £10 from the previous year, and that is a price with a Nectar card. Now a Nectar card is free to have, and it just meant it was half price, so it was only £40. There's no way on earth I would have spent £80 on that calendar. But yeah, £40. So that is the winner for that category. The next category is the most expensive. Last year the winner was Vogue at £355. So spenny. This year we have a few in this category. So we have Cult Beauty at £240, Selfridges at £250, the Harrods was also £250, Space NK was £260 this year. Then we had YSL. Now YSL was two different prices. So if you bought it directly from YSL, it was priced at £346, but it was also stocked on Selfridges, and it was only £280 on Selfridges. So I don't know why there was a price difference this year, because that's never happened before. It's always been the same price on both. So I originally looked on the YSL website because it was sold out on Selfridges, but I thought I'm not paying more just because it's a different website. So I waited and it came back in stock on Selfridges and I paid £280 for that one. But the top spot in this category again this year is Vogue for £355 and £9 more expensive than YSL if you bought it from YSL. So it is very expensive. You do get some very expensive products in there, and it is just a nice one to unbox. So we'll probably pick it up again this year. I just hope it's a little bit more wow this year. And that brings us to the best of 2025, the final category for my Advent Awards for 2025. And this is just my overall best Advent calendar. So last year, Sephora UK took the top spot. I thought this one was amazing. I loved unboxing that calendar. The products inside, the design, just everything. It was incredible. I loved it so much. This year in this category, we have just two calendars. So the first one is Sephora. So this one, Again, like last year, there were so many different brands in here that you don't see in other calendars. Lots of double and triple doors, very exciting to unbox, and of course a great design. But I think the winner for me this year, my best of 2025 beauty advent calendar, has to be Selfridges. So this one was £250, so the same as last year. It had so many new brands inside that just haven't been in other calendars, so it was really nice to be introduced to some new brands. Lots of new makeup in this one as well. So with a lot of the beauty advent calendars, they're so skincare heavy. This one had a lot of makeup in, like a whole makeup routine. Lots of full sizes, even in the double doors and triple doors. They were full size products, which was amazing. Some calendars, when you get a triple door, it's like one full size and then 2 minis. But this was just lots of full sizes. It was just so exciting to unbox. Again, lots of different brands that we don't find in other calendars. Yeah, a really well-rounded advent calendar with lots of great products to try. So for me, Selfridges takes the top spot for 2025. This is the one I pick up every year anyway, so we'll be getting it regardless of what's inside for 2026. And yeah, well, let's hope it's just as good as 2025. So that brings us to the end of the Advent Awards for 2025. Let me know which Advent calendars are your winners for each of the categories in the comments down below. Do you have the same winners as me, or do you think that some are better suited to each category? Like I said at the start, we all have different opinions. We all like different beauty Advent calendars, and some of my faves won't be your faves. But that's okay, we're all different, and that's what makes it fun. So if you don't want to miss out on any of the beauty advent calendars going on sale for 2026, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you click the bell to be notified whenever I post. If you do want to receive emails from me, then make sure you are subscribed to my website, which is missboux.com. Every time an advent calendar goes on sale, I send you all an email. The minute I see it, I send you an email even before I buy it, just so you all know it's available and so you can pick it up before any of them sell out. But that is everything for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for waiting for this video to go live. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up just before you go, and also hit subscribe. Don't forget to hype the video as well. That really helps me out. It means that it's shared with a wider audience. And of course, leave all your comments down below. But thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you soon for another video. Just